section of the Math for All in New Orleans poster workshop video series, we will be talking about what to expect at the poster session.
First, we will address poster printing and traveling with a poster. Math for All and other conferences will have opportunities to apply for funding for poster printing. You also may be able to ask your department for funding. Be on the lookout for these since printing a poster at FedEx or elsewhere can be a little expensive. Make sure to check deadlines for poster funding. For Math for All, if you are approved for funding, the posters will be printed by the conference organizers. Be sure to check submission deadlines. In this case, you wouldn't need to travel with one. However, if you do need to travel with one for other conferences, you can take posters on planes and store them in the overhead bins. You can ask a flight attendant to help you find room if the flight is full. We would recommend purchasing or borrowing a poster carrying tube to help protect your poster from spills or bending. If you want to be really fancy, you could print your poster on fabric instead of paper, fold it in your suitcase, and iron it for the conference if needed. This is a good option because it's less annoying for traveling with the poster, and if you're using it frequently, it can be worth it, but otherwise it might be expensive.
Now let's move into talking about the poster session itself. The poster session is typically set up in a larger room with posters along the perimeter or in rows hanging on a poster board or attached to a vertical surface. Sometimes the organizers will collect the posters ahead of time and hang the poster for you. Sometimes you have to hang it yourself. Binder clips or tape are typically provided. Once the posters are set up and the students are standing with them, other conference attendees will wander freely around the poster space, stopping at ones they are interested in. It is important to gauge your audience and speak accordingly. Ask a person who approaches you what their background is. This is especially important for multidisciplinary or large conferences. To prepare, think about how you would present to another undergrad who maybe hasn't taken advanced math courses, or to a grad student or a professor, someone in your same research area, or someone who's not experienced in math or academia at all. Also, think about how poster design will enhance your speaking and vice versa. Identify ready-to-go diagrams or equations you can point to. You may also want to bring a flashcard cheat sheet of data and information in case someone asks. Examples include if this is an ongoing project and you have unpublished data that is interesting but not yet ready to be presented formally on a poster, or if you have data that didn't make it into the poster because it was submitted before you had time to add it. You may also wish to jot down any informal references that you could direct someone to if they were interested in learning more. For example, an article in the news that mentions this type of research.
Do practice beforehand with peers and your mentor.
Do be confident. This is your work. You have become a mini expert on this topic. That being said, don't be afraid to say that you are working on understanding one thing better. If you say you know something that you don't actually know, it will look much worse than saying that you don't know it.
Do appear friendly and be present. You want people to approach you and your poster.
Do ask if people have questions. Pause in between sections and look for them to nod their head to indicate understanding.
Do invite people you meet at the conference to come see your poster during the poster session.
Do bring water. You will hopefully be talking a lot.
Do see other posters if you are interested in them, but keep an eye to see if anyone stops to read your poster. You are free to move around, but don't leave your poster unattended for long periods of time. For larger conferences, you may have a set time where you're supposed to stand by your poster and a set time where you're supposed to explore other posters.
Don't get defensive if someone brings up other questions or papers.
Don't be on your phone if no one is at your poster.
Don't be afraid of silence. Some people need time to think of what question they want to ask.
Congrats! We've made it to the end of the poster workshop video series. We hope that you have learned a lot and feel comfortable and confident in preparing a poster for Math for All in New Orleans. We are excited to see the posters you create, and we hope to see you there.